Hello, it's Stuart from Elite Optical, and today we're going to take a look at some new features that have been introduced to the HIKMICRO Gryphon monoculars and the Panther thermal rifle scopes through the latest firmware update. The latest firmware release from HIKMICRO has seen a boost to the performance and some of the key features in the Gryphon and Panther series products. I'm just going to talk you through exactly what they are and what they've been designed to achieve. So the major update in the Gryphon unit is actually the performance of the optical camera. So this has now been optimized to work with an infrared or IR torch, and we've actually released an accessory which allows you to easily mount an IR torch onto your Gryphon. So this is the mounting bracket and IR torch. It's powered by an 18650 battery. It's actually a fairly low power IR torch, but it provides a good beam of light, and with this new algorithm you see there's a real shift in performance. It's so sensitive, it can work with starlight or a small amount of IR torch light to produce a really detailed night vision image. This simply attaches to the tripod adapter on the bottom of your Gryphon unit and provides a secure mounting point for any IR torch. You simply screw that in, that's then attached. It gives you a stable platform. This is easy to detach, so you've got a quick release adapter there. This is a basic IR torch, but because of the sensitivity that's introduced to the optical camera and the way it adapts to use that available infrared beam, it doesn't need to be very powerful to give you a really detailed image in the dark. So that's the first major change. HIKE have also upgraded the algorithm for the fusion image, so you now see a more detailed image when you're using that colour palette. As with all the Gryphons, you get an option of 6 colour palettes in total. So we've got the 4 thermal channels: black hot, white hot, fusion, which is the multicolour option, and red hot. We add on top of that the optical channel, so that's just using this camera, either in daylight or in night vision mode. Or we've got that fusion option, which takes the detail from the optical camera and overlays it back into the thermal channel. With the new options that we've got available here, we can actually decide to disable the colour palettes that we're not going to use. So whereas before, if you just wanted to use black hot and then check the optical camera or check the night vision camera, you'd have to cycle through all 6 options to find one and then go back around to get back to where you wanted to be. By switching off the palettes that you're not going to use, you can simply press the button twice to jump between your 2 preferred palettes. Makes it really easy to spot something in thermal and then get a better look at it in night vision. Another key feature which has been upgraded in this latest software, and this covers both the Gryphon and the Panther series, is the laser range finding options. You'll now find that you've got a single or spot mode. For that, you press the button once and it gives you that single reading. The button responds immediately, so it's a lot easier to use. HIKE have also added a continuous mode, so a single button press then gives you 10 seconds of continuous reading. That makes it easy if you want to move the monocular around and compare points without having to press any buttons. The final mode is off, and that just removes the bracket from the screen. If you find it distracting, you can switch it off and get rid of it altogether. You've also now got the option to switch between yards and meters, which is something that was requested a lot when we launched this product. There's also a few smaller options which have been introduced in the menu. There's an auto power off option. If you enable that and you leave the unit in standby for either 30 minutes or 45 minutes, it will automatically switch itself off. You've also got the logo option. That just adds the HIKE logo onto any videos or pictures that you take. These aren't new features, but we do get asked about them from time to time, so I'll just explain them quickly to you. The DPC stands for dead pixel correction. That's kind of your repair. If you've got a dead pixel, you can use that tool to repair that and remove it from being either stuck on or off on your screen. We've also got the fusion level. Think of that like a parallax for the 2 images. It helps them to match up, so you can set the distance from either being relatively close by or to longer distances, and where you're taking the optical image and the thermal image, overlaying them, it's helping to align those 2 images correctly for the distance that you're looking at. There's a variety of ways of updating your HIKE unit to the latest firmware. Down below you'll find the latest links. These are files that you can download and transfer from your computer via USB into the device. You then just have to restart it, and as it powers on, it will find that update file and install it for you automatically. You'll see the update bar scroll across the screen. When it's finished, do a factory reset just to clear out anything, and you'll find that your unit is running the latest firmware. You've also got the option to use the HIKMICRO site app, although some of the first units that we shipped didn't have a version of firmware that's compatible with the app. So you would need to manually download via your computer, transfer via USB, but then once you've done that, future updates can be delivered from the app. I'd recommend anybody who's got a Gryphon or a Panther to start by updating to this latest firmware via their computer, and then all the future updates, we know they'll be compatible with the app. You can just connect via the app, it will detect that there's a new firmware available, then the next time your phone is connected to a Wi-Fi network, it downloads the files, and then the next time you connect back to your HIKMICRO Panther, Gryphon or any other device, it delivers those files across and the update is completed. So that was our overview of the new features that have been introduced with HIKMICRO's latest firmware update. I hope you found the video useful. Thanks a lot for watching.